Trey Kaufman ran. I just told him stand out there, and I mean he kicked our butt, and give that young man a ton of credit. I think when you play Zach, you can't be normal. You have to try to make other players beat you, and I think there's a lot of risk with that. We saw that tonight, but Zach is the reigning college basketball player of the year for a reason, and probably win it again this year. But we tried to help. We knew playing a little softer on their foremen, and they punched us with it. Gillis hit 2 big threes in a stretch, and then they just wore us out on the boards. We get a cut to 3 in the first half after just a really rocky start, and then it was offensive rebound 3, offensive rebound 3, offensive rebound 3. I think in that sequence, but they're very good, and I'm extremely proud of our guys tonight. I hope everybody understands how good a player Marcus Domask is. 40 minutes. I can't remember the last time I played a player 40 minutes. It is very rare. He's one of the best conditioned athletes I've ever coached, and we ask a lot of him. But he's very good, and I thought Quincy and Coleman looked good. He had 16 tonight, but the difference in the game was on the glass, and they out-physicaled us on the glass, and tonight that was a game.
Brad, what do you attribute to the slow start to getting down 20-4 after 8 minutes?
Zach Garden tie. We expected it. We got good looks. We got some pretty good looks in there. Did the same thing in here last year, and nothing more than that. It's my fault. I didn't spend enough time on it in practice. We expected it to a certain extent. We thought if we could get stops that would pose some problems for them in transition, and we just got out of rhythm, and it was hard getting stopped, to be honest. I mean, they were punishing us on the glass. We got the ball out of the net for 8 minutes. So once we settled in, we made a nice run, and again it was kind of the ebb and flow of the game. That start was very tough. It's hard to do that against the number 1 team in the country.
Brad, what adjustment does Ty have to make in that, and do you want him attempting a jump shot if he's open, perimeter or mid-range?
You got layups. He became we spaced him. He became a great screener. We saw that last year with him and against these guys. So it's not, I don't think very many people can do it. You can do it when you got a 7'5" guy. And Ty's a really good player, and tonight was just, they've got Zach and nobody else does.
You mentioned that you have to do kind of abnormal things defensively when you're dealing with Zach and kind of make other guys beat you. Do you feel like their role players have grown up and become harder to stop from last year in terms of matching up that way?
Yeah, I think Braden's one of the more improved players I've seen, not just in the Big Ten, but in the country, and watching their film, and I think that he's not afraid anymore. I think that happens. With freshmen, you play a little unsure, and I think as a sophomore, he's playing very unafraid. I've always thought Gillis is a stud. I love him. He finds a way to kick my ass every time we play him. But they got depth. It's Trey's matchup problem. Matt plays really, really big because he's got 3 really little guys out on the perimeter for the most part, and they don't have those big physical wings. But boy, you got 2 big physical front court guys that make it really tough.
Hey, Coach, right here. You talked about Marcus, him being a new guy on the team, playing 40 minutes. What kind of leadership does he bring to you, coming in here, a new guy, and just basically running the team?
Yeah, Mark's a quiet leader. Now, he's really funny when you get to know him. He's that guy in the locker room. But he is as hard a worker as we've had in this program. I've got to kick him out of the gym. That leads by example. He does it every single day. He's cerebral. He's smart. He's a great human being. Enough said. That's why he leads.
Brad, I'm just wondering, how do you feel these guys are all taking on bigger roles, bigger minute roles, higher usage in the last couple of games?
Yeah, and it's so fortunate tonight. Right before the game, Amani had back spasms that he couldn't shake. So his role was tough tonight. But I've said it many times. I believe in Draven. We've seen Justin become very, very good. Luke's minutes change, and his capacity to shoot the three ball is elite. I've said we got really, really good players in this program, and we'll continue to be extremely, extremely good basketball team.
Brad, you mentioned Luke. Just in that second half, how important was it for him to maybe kind of shoot through the struggles he's had, at least in that regard, the last couple of games?
If you think for 1 second I worry about Luke Goody shooting a ball and having a problem shooting it, I told him it's the only reason I play him. It sure wasn't for his rebounding tonight. You guys saw his total, right? Luke's a really good player. He's one of the best shooters in the country. And so, if he's not on the court, Marcus isn't near as successful as he is, and Coleman isn't near as successful as he is, because he's a guy who creates, he's a gravity guy. He draws defenders to him.
So Brad, Zach was on the bench for like 11 minutes there in the first half. Do you guys feel like you did enough to kind of take advantage
No.
of that?
We kicked our butt during that stretch. I mean, we got a cut, but then it was the best player in the country is not in the game. You better make hay, and we did for a little bit. But again, you have to sustain that, and we cut it to 3. We knew when he's not in the game, defensively we felt like we were going to score. Just being real, we felt like we could score. We did, and we just got enough stops. But their offensive rebounds, our first shot defense was pretty good in that stretch. They shot 40% the first half, but second shots just whipped us, and you can't do that when 7'5" is not in the game. We haven't done that all year.
Got time for one more if we have.
Off Brad, but he seems so confident right now. What have you seen about that process of him taking on this primary scorer role?
He's always been that. I mean, he's gotten comfortable. I think we've done some things to help him, position him, but Marcus is, I'm not afraid to say it, he's one of the better players in the country, and he's just a guy that can score in 3 levels. He's strong. You saw him take a hit tonight from Zach and still finish, and I jokingly call him Luka, and he's kind of that. He's kind of got that ability. He jumped up and made a hard 3. He's handling the ball. He's playing booty ball. He's a lot of things for us, and that's what you do with a really good player, is keep him still in confidence and put him in situations to win games for you.